talk to somebody that you do not know, that you've never talked to, and I want you to ask the form questions. So family, and you don't have to ask all of them because it's only 2 minutes. So you have 1 minute per person. Just you want to get to know that person a little bit, okay? So just a reminder, it's family. Everybody's looking around. Occupation, recreation, and what matters. And if you have a child with you, feel free to do it together if you'd like. So Cody, go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining the Speakers Collaborative Studio Sessions. This is our first session to do this. We're going to do this every Tuesday and preview some great speakers and some great speaking experts. So I'm looking very forward today to our guest. You just saw her, Robin Kimball Eisenbeis, is an alum of the Speakers Collaborative and met with us last year, a little over a year ago. So I'm going to welcome Robin to the screen.
Hi, Cody. Hi, everyone.
Hey, Robin, how are you?
Doing awesome. Great to be here.
Awesome. It's so good to have you. I'm so glad you're here. So I have a list of questions here for Robin that I sent her. So Robin, just spend a couple of minutes telling us who you are and everything about you.
Sure. Well, my husband and I live in Pittsboro, North Carolina, which is very close to Raleigh, Durham. And we've actually lived in North Carolina over 20 years. I definitely say this is our home now. And we have 3 children. They're adults, and all 3 are UNC graduates. And I love to be outdoors. As Cody knows, I'm always someplace looking at birds, kayaking, running. Recently just got back from Costa Rica, where I did an amazing birding trip and yoga, and just met some amazing people. And I love just to connect people. I think that's definitely the skill and the gift that I have. And I love that you and we met years ago, Cody, but we have reconnected. And I think if you were to ask me an interesting fact about me, I would say that my claim to fame most recently is holding a 35-minute plank. I had a challenge last year with a group that I'm a part of. It's a very challenging group, and 35-minute plank. And so I love doing new things and just learning to be better. And so excited for what we're going to talk about.
I'm excited too, Robin. Thank you so much for that intro and for joining us. For those of you who paid attention to my collaborative this last time, I spoke at length about Robin and how she was an inspiration to me to get the Speakers Collaborative off the ground and to keep going. And so, Robin, I'm really excited about you being here today. Part of what we do on the Speakers Collaborative Studio Sessions is we give our alums and our experts a chance to really talk about their craft, talk about what they're doing next. And so I'm going to let Robin spend about 5 or so minutes really just diving into what she'd like to tell you today.
Sure. Well, thanks, Cody. I appreciate this opportunity. But what I love to do is I love to help people win at life. And many of you know that I wrote this book, A Gift for Life, 4 skills everyone needs to win. And the very first skill that I love to talk about, in fact, this year, I've spoken to the Shuford program at the University of North Carolina 4 times, and I just get more passionate every time I speak with them because it's a group of mostly seniors, but there are some juniors and some sophomores who are entrepreneurs, and they are just hungry to learn and to be the best that they can be out in the real world. And the most important skill that I feel is to learn how to remember names. So we have this fun thing that we do when I speak, and it's called Remember the Name Game. And Cody, I did it at the Speaker Collaborative a year ago. So I have everybody partner with 1 other person, sometimes 2 people, and I have them ask 4 questions. But they do it, as a conversation. And it's so cool to watch the energy just totally rise. People get very excited, and you can just see that the nerves go away. I think oftentimes people may be a little hesitant when they enter a group or a room of people that they don't know, of, who will they talk to? What will they say? And the form questions, if you saw the very beginning of this, family or where you're from, occupation, or something that happened to you that was really amazing this past month. R is recreation, what you do, and M is what matters. So it gives you like a tool that you can use just to have conversations with people. And what I love is to see how small the world is and how people connect, and they get these aha moments like, what? You're from Pewaukee, Wisconsin? I was in Costa Rica, as I mentioned, and there were only 10 of us in this small group called the Sisu Circle, which means badass in Finnish. And we were actually ziplining, and I was talking to different people about where they're from. And one of the women said that she's from a small town in Wisconsin. And I'm like, where? Because I'm from Wisconsin. And she said Pewaukee. And this is a very, very tiny town, like probably 500, maybe 1,000 people. I think that's correct. And my mom lived there for many years and was a teacher. And it was just so cool, like to have that connection. And she's now actually doing some training with me, which is really fun for strengthening my core. So I just love to watch how people, they grow and they become more confident. And once they do it once, and then they go to their first networking event out in the real world, everything is just much easier. Or even if they're just like at a coffee shop, being brave and just, asking people questions, or maybe riding in an elevator, perfecting that 30-second quote elevator pitch. What would people say? How do you describe who you are? So as we talked about with the Speakers Collaborative, and we'll probably go into this a little bit more, but Cody has built this amazing stage for anyone who wants to perfect their skill, because I feel that everyone should be a speaker, and I think they should start in high school and go on to college. And when you get out of college, always put yourself in opportunities where you can to really highlight yourself. And the only way to get better is to do it often. So last year, I hope is that kind of what you're looking for, Cody?
That's perfect, Robin. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you were getting into where we were last year. So tell me, what have you been doing since the Speakers Collaborative?
Yeah, I had such a fun year last year. I set a goal of speaking to at least 15 different organizations, and many thanks to the Speakers Collaborative, the word got out as to what I do. And I traveled all over. I was in Ohio, and I got to go to the Outer Banks in North Carolina. I did a lot of webinars with international companies, which was really fun. And for me, it's so rewarding to see when I speak with the company, how few people really know like what people do outside of work. I was speaking with a big international company, and it was shocking when they started, like we had little small room discussions, just like these people have worked together for 5, 10, 20 years, and just how little they knew about, that somebody loves to run marathons or whatever it is, bike around the world. And for me, that is where I just get so much joy. So I've been really busy, not busy. I have been having fun just speaking. And I just got selected to be a TEDx speaker, which has been my goal for this year. And so thank you again, Cody, for coming up with this idea, the Speakers Collaborative, a year ago, and really giving all of us the confidence that we can be on a big stage and, to really shine our own lights and to impact other people.
Oh, Robin, that's great. So the Speakers Collaborative, it's not just a one-night event, right? We have a couple of weeks of prep. We make sure that our speakers are ready to go and ready to go on stage. So tell me, what did you think about the process of the Speakers Collaborative?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, definitely helped my nerves that first time, because I had never memorized a talk, and that was something that I really needed to become more confident with. And through the other speakers, there were six. Was there six of us? Yeah, five or six of us. We all got to practice. So we would have one-on-ones with Cody or with the whole group, and it just really, it just again, like anything, I remember when my kids learned to play the violin. It's like what 10,000 practices. You just need to be in front of people, and sometimes your family gets tired of hearing the same thing. So it's nice to have a bigger audience. And I just learned so much from these people. Just not only kind of what their topic was, but how they prepare, and to watch them like before and after and cheer everybody on behind the stage was a lot of fun.
That's great, Robin. So you wrote a book,
Wrote a book?
right?
Yes,
Gift for
yes.
Life. It's a really great book for anybody,
Yep.
especially for new grads. Gift for Life. You can get it on Amazon or on Robin's website. I've got a couple of copies that I give away. So really, it's a great book. So in addition to that one, what else are you reading these days, Robin?
Well, I had a feeling we were going to talk about this. So you and I love to share books. So actually, I'm using a couple of them as a holder right now. But I, the one that Cody gave me, which I'm working my way through, is Outlive by Peter Attia. Great book. I also really like Forever Strong, which is just basically rebooting your body by Dr. Gabriel Lyon.
Mhm.
And then for fun, I'm reading Ruth Ware, Zero Days. A friend gave me this in Costa Rica, and something about security systems, which I don't know a whole lot about. So this has been a really good page turner. And also, as Cody knows, I am doing zero alcohol this year as a new challenge. So I'm reading this book, Quit Like a Woman, by Holly Whitaker. The radical choice to not drink in a culture obsessed with alcohol. So, yeah, I have a lot of books that I'm reading right now, and it's been really fun. So, I love to read. I put them all on Goodreads, and I have a goal of reading 40 books this year.
That's fantastic. Now it's hard to read 40 books when they're all the size of Peter Attia's Outlive,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I highly recommend that book. It's very informative to me and my goal to live to 100. Um, so you read a lot of books, Robin.
I
And
do.
in addition to your book, what else would you recommend others to read?
Oh gosh. Well, definitely this book first, A Gift for Life. And I mean, there's so many books. Is it the Four Powers? Wait, is it Four Powers? I'm forgetting the name all of a sudden. Um, that is great. That's another great graduation book. Um, I've been reading a lot of historical fiction. I just read The Women, which is great. I go through phases where I only read books that are inspiration and helping me to be a better person. And right now I'm more in the phase of, because I was, in Costa Rica and have been at the lake a little bit, reading more page turners, some crazy books, just crazy. Like you don't want to put them down, but those are really fun too.
That's awesome. Now let's get back to the Speakers Collaborative just a little bit. I'm going to go off script here. So the Speakers Collaborative was designed based on our conversation, Robin, to really get speakers what they need to market themselves and to be on stage. But I have seen that the downstream effect, and actually probably an equal effect, is the fact that our audiences are eating up the content because our speakers share from their heart and they tell their stories. What's your impression about the audience reception to the Speakers Collaborative?
Mm. Uh, well, just thinking back to the one that was what, 2 weeks ago? Was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it
Um,
was.
I love how after every speaker, we have an opportunity to reflect for a moment, and what impacted us. Because I think oftentimes when you hear a speech, you don't really take the time to reflect on what you learned. And I know from all the speakers, I gained something from each one. And I think that's just, I think it's just really, it's a good, I think it's really good, you know, because when you hear people speak and you can be a better person, you're 1% better the next day.
That's right. That's right. And for those of you who aren't aware, what Robin's talking about is after every talk, the audience is given a series of questions to rate the speakers and also to provide some feedback as to what they got out of the talk. Also, to give a testimonial. Part of what you need as a public speaker to market yourself is public testimonials. And so, one of the things you get out of the Speakers Collaborative is the opportunity to gather testimonials from people that don't know you, people that came to watch a friend but may have been moved by your talk.
And
So,
actually,
Robin, what?
I was just going to say that has really helped me on my website, using some of the testimonials from when I spoke a year ago. So if you are new, as a new speaker, I think having that exposure is really great. It's not somebody with the same last name as you. It's not somebody in your inner circle. It's somebody that does not know you. And that's really powerful. So thank you for,
That's right.
that's a great extra benefit, as well as the video. And I do want to mention that, even though I spoke the night before, I had neck surgery, which was pretty crazy, but it's really important to have that, a clip of yourself on stage when you're speaking to a lot of people. And I think we had, I don't know, 150, 200 people at our event, which is great.
Right.
So when somebody is looking at hiring me or other speakers, they know that you have a lot of experience. And I think that's really, really powerful.
That's right. And now that we're live streamed, those who are paying attention to the live stream can give the feedback at the same time as our in-studio audience. And we get feedback from Mexico, we got feedback from Canada, we got feedback from all over the United States this time. So you're not just getting your family and friends, you're getting people who've never met you before. And I think that's invaluable as you go to prove yourself and prove your talent as a speaker. Robin, what tips do you have for those who want to go into speaking? Maybe they've got the bug or they sit in the audience and think, I can do that. Give them some tips.
Well, number one is to reach out to you, honestly, because you will make everyone feel that they can do just what we're doing. And I think that's the number one, secret is it's not magic. It just takes confidence and the reassurance that you can get on stage and share. And also, reach out to local organizations. I mean, Rotaries, women's clubs. I mean, people are always looking for speakers, and just get a lot of experience as much as you can. And practice, for me, I like to just, go into a coffee shop and, talk to new people. I think just getting out of your homes, getting out of your office and meeting people and becoming, and keeps track of stories, because that's the biggest thing, right? With speaking is we're sharing stories that have happened in our lives. And to become a really great storyteller, I think is a gift that we all can share.
I agree completely. So now's your chance to ask me anything.
What's on your bookshelf right now that you're reading? Not bookshelf. What's by your bed that you're reading, or in your office?
Gosh. So I just finished a book that you gave me called was it Many Lives of Mama Love?
Yes.
Great inspirational story. I want to get her on my stage as fast as I can.
Absolutely.
Highly recommend that. My buddy, Dr. Todd Otten, has written a book about changing. It's called Ripple of Change, and it's about changing the way healthcare is approached and delivered. It is almost as big a book as the Peter Attia book. So I am slowly working my way through that, and I think Dr. Otten and his co-author have some fantastic insights into what is broken in the healthcare system and how it can be fixed. And I know, Robin, that your husband, the doctor, was reading that book as well.
He still is. Yep, he still is reading it. It's a great
Awesome.
book, and I recommend.
It is.
I think people in the medical profession need to read it, but I think, like you said, it's really good for all of us just to kind of understand the other side. So, yes.
And it's told from the patient perspective as well as the doctor. So his co-author was his patient. And I think that was refreshing for me, because most medical books that I read, because I am sometimes in healthcare, most medical books that I read are written from one of the two perspectives. And it's really good to see how they can play off of each other and deliver a little dose of reality to both sides.
Yes.
All right, so Robin, it's been a year since the Speakers Collaborative. What do you know now that you wish you'd known a year ago?
Wow. I was thinking about this question. Just set your dreams really big. My Instagram is Dare to Dream with Robin, and so I'm always setting big goals. But when I finished the Speaker Collaborative is when I became really passionate about being a TEDx speaker. And as I mentioned just a little bit ago, that dream came true. The day before I left for Costa Rica, I received an email that I was selected, and I just know that opportunity to be on, that kind of stage will even help expand my story more. So I think just being really brave and just asking, do you need a speaker? Where can I speak? Do you know anybody? I just think that's what we all need to be asking. And because we all want to hear each other's stories.
That's right. And if you're sitting there thinking nobody wants to hear my story, what I have learned over the past few years doing this, somebody out there needs to hear what you have to say. And now,
Absolutely.
Robin, so let's talk a little bit more about the process of the Speakers Collaborative and how people can get engaged. So I announced about 2 months ago that I was going to take it on tour, so go on the road. We will likely do another one in North Carolina because I've got so many people who are interested, and I'm looking more in the Chapel Hill area for this next round. I'm going to Frisco, Texas in August 27th. I'll be at the NAC Theater in Frisco. I am currently recruiting speakers for that. And the speakers that I am looking for really are those who have a story to tell, those who have a book that they want to promote, those like Robin who have both a story to tell and a book that they want to promote. Robin, what would you say if there's any barrier to throwing your hat in the ring to be on the Speakers Collaborative? What would you say the barrier might be, and what would your way to overcome that barrier be? And this is another hardball question Robin wasn't prepped for.
Well, honestly, I can't even think of any barrier. I remember when you asked me and you said, you're probably way beyond this. And I'm like, absolutely. Again, I just look at when you're given an opportunity to be on a stage that you have, and Cody, you've already created it. Now this is like international. Why would you say no? You just get on the stage beforehand. You work with, Cody and other people and practice, and then just, it's your time to shine. So I don't see any barriers. I guess that maybe that's my answer is just give it a try.
That's right. That's right. We tell people all the time, whatever it is that you think is holding you back is probably in your brain, in your mind only.
Absolutely.
And the rest of us don't have a clue. But I think if you don't get on the stage and tell your story, if you just really need to, then you're not only depriving yourself of that opportunity, you're depriving somebody who needs to hear your story. And we just finished Mental Health Month in May, and it's now Men's Mental Health Month. And I see this as a prime place, a prime platform for other people to tell a story that might resonate with somebody that really needs to hear it for their own healing. So, Robin, we've got 1 more minute left. What are you doing next?
Well, I'm super excited. I am actually hopping on an international call, and we are practicing our 30-second stories. So I have my story written, and we have about 12 people who are joining us. Many are doing their first ever 30-second story. So I get to be more on the teacher side, which is really fun, and hear their stories. And, because I think people tend to downplay who they are, and it's so cool. Like, I'm always like, just brag a little bit because it's really fun. And if you don't brag, nobody else will. So, so that's coming up. And then today is Tuesday. It's date night with my husband, taking him to Jordan Lake. We're gonna have a little picnic, and it's a beautiful day here in North Carolina. So, yeah, it's living the life, having a great time.
That is so awesome, Robin. So, quick question. So, anybody who wants information can go to www.thespeakerscollaborative.com. You can email me info@thespeakerscollaborative.com. Robin, do you know what our new tagline is?
Big stage.
It is a big stage, but that's not it. So, the Speakers Collaborative, we built the stage. You need to get on it. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on, Cody.
Thanks, Robin.